Then you have forms. This is more traditional way of doing things. Now, the only reason I say this traditional is because this has been prevalent in the organizations for quite some time. Even today, those organizations that are adopting the agile ways, they still tend to have an element of annual reviews, which is kind of okay. When you're doing agile, it's not necessary that you sort of move away from all your old practices. So you still have an element of traditional performance management within UpRaise via these forms. Now, these are in completely stark contrast with the continuous feedback that we just talked about. This is again a feedback, but a more structured one. It is both backward and forward looking. It's periodic. Typically, from what we have seen, it's gathered over a period of year or 6 months, initiated by the HR department, and the process itself takes anything from a few days to a few weeks. This is, again, just bringing out the difference between continuous feedback. If you recall, continuous feedback is impromptu. It's going to happen within a couple of minutes, but this one, it's going to take a few days to a few weeks, depending on the size of your organization and the complexity of your process. This is detailed, elaborate, and is geared towards improvement in the long term. The primary use case is obviously performance reviews, where you're doing the common team member and manager reviews or upward feedback or even the 360 feedback. The other use cases that forms within UpRaise solve for are pulse surveys, onboarding, and exit questionnaires as well. Now, advantages of doing these performance reviews or doing any kind of forms in Jira. Another important thing, just avoid the tool bloat. Why do you want another tool just to conduct these performance reviews? And at any point in time, UpRaise is going to let you refer to your contextual data from Jira. Whenever you're filling out these performance review forms, you're going to look at those continuous feedback data points that you've gathered over a period of time, as well as the Jira issues, the Jira tickets that you have worked on, that the subject has worked on in the performance review period. So that becomes your handy reference, and you're never again going to look at the form to start from scratch. It's always going to be starting with your reference. With the UpRaise flexible form builder, you can create a form that matches your needs. And like I mentioned, there are a number of different use cases that the form builder solves for. There is default reporting surrounding aggregate trends, comparisons that helps you come out with insights that you can then apply to mobilize resources, train your employees, and grow further. Just one snapshot from the forms feature. It's very flexible in terms of what it can do, a number of use cases it addresses. In fact, we have seen a number of customers doing very broad spectrum of things that we never imagined would be possible with the feature that's available out there.